This segment of Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by Lincoln Savings Bank. At home in Iowa, at work for you.
Welcome back to Panther Sports Talk. The UNI men's basketball team goes 1-1 on the week after a road loss at Southern Illinois. The Panthers get back on the winning track at home against Missouri State and score 94 points. And Coach, the offensive explosion that the fans saw in the McLeod Center Saturday at that noon game, just a lot of fun.
It was. There was a lot of fun to that aspect of the game. And I thought the guys did a great job in terms of, one, being aggressive, but two, executing some things. There were some things we had ahead of time, but some things that came up during the course of the game that the guys executed well. When Missouri State went to the zone in the second half, they continued to execute things well so that we were getting good shots. And then I really liked the game that Wes and Dion put together. I thought Dion was really, really good in terms of finding guys. You know, between the two of them, they get 12 assists and I think just 3 turnovers, maybe 4. But I think it was just 3 times that they turned it over. So those two guys, you know, when we're getting open shots, a lot of times it's because of what Dion's doing and because of what Wes is doing, and their ability to get points but be extremely unselfish really, really helps our offense.
6 assists for both Dion Mitchell and Wes Washburn in the Panther win against Missouri State. Coach, those assists were going to a couple of guys, specifically Nate Buss and Seth Tuttle had big games in that Missouri State win.
They did. I thought Seth was really active, really determined in the game on Saturday. Aggressive with what he was doing, and then obviously Nate, you know, getting his first start. You know, you never know how that's going to affect the guy. He came out and was terrific. Made his first 3, made the 3 to start the second half. Got a bunch of points in between and some important ones because of the way the game was going. And he and Seth together give us a few more things we can do with our offense. You know, because Nate can post, we can throw it to him on the block, and he can get points down there, and so we can move those guys around a little bit. And then I thought Chip had a good game. And the reason that I really feel good about being able to make that change with Chip and Nate is we got a senior in Chip who's absolutely terrific. You know, his leadership and his commitment to our team, you know, being able to switch guys in the starting lineup and know the guy who's coming out of the lineup is not going to change. If anything, he's going to do more for the team. It doesn't. I'm going to tell you, it doesn't get any better as a head coach to have that in your team.
And to get 26 points out of Nate in that start, continue to see the production and the effort from the other guys has got to be very promising.
Yeah, it certainly is. You know, our guys on the bench, you know, Nate included, until Saturday, they've done a really good job all year. You know, you can see Jeremy getting better all the time, and Marv has done a nice job. And Saturday in that game, you know, I thought Max and Matt Morrison both. You know, Morrison had 6 minutes in that first half. He had 3 assists, no turnovers. He found the right guys. And then Martino shooting that, you know, knocking in 3 threes. Boy, those second half ones, because of the way Missouri State played and the way the game was going, those shots he made in the second half were big shots and big plays for us. So we're getting a lot out of those bench guys.
Yeah, Max Martino, his 3-pointers. Matt Bohannon, 3-pointers as well. Your team shoots over 60% from 3-point range. You take that any night.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, you shoot that percentage from 3, you shoot that percentage for the game. Yeah. You'd like to have a little different game when you're at home, right? You'd like to get up, and we had a nice lead toward the end of the first half. And their guy number 10 just did a great job of getting them points and getting them back in the game. And then I'd give Missouri State a lot of credit for the way in which they played. And I expected that coming in, the way they're coached and the job that they've done recruiting and the young guys they've got in their program. They've really got it going. And so it's what we expected. But when you put that kind of offensive game together and you're at home, you expect to maybe get away from him at some point, but Missouri State deserves a lot of credit for that.
You shot 67% from the floor. Had to make your free throws down the stretch, though, as you mentioned. Credit to Missouri State. The loss at Southern Illinois. This league, top to bottom, is tough, and it's really playing out that way.
Yeah, you know, and we were fortunate to get away from Bradley in our first one. In a game where we just caught them at the right time, I think, and they didn't have a lot going in that game, and now we'll see them again. It's going to be really, really hard Wednesday at their place. And then at Evansville, we got away from them, and I think what the guys are figuring out, though, is that doesn't happen very often. You know, in the league play, you just don't get away from people. And you know, we were up 17 at Southern, we were up 15 late in the half against Missouri State, and we weren't able to get it to 20 before it got to 10. And that's something that we got to get better at.
Coach, hit the road now at Bradley, at Loyola. Your team 10-5. Do you like where you're at?
Well, I really like how we're playing now compared to a month ago and even 2 weeks ago. I think our defense is much better. We're rebounding much better. We're finding more things to do with our offense. So yeah, I think the thing that would maybe cover all of that, we've got a team that their confidence has changed. guys are much different from a confidence standpoint. And so, yeah, I like the direction we're going. Now it's a matter of shoring up a couple little things.
The Panthers 4-2 in Missouri Valley Conference play. We've got a story on Seth Tuttle coming up later in our show. Stick around for more Panther Sports Talk.